Decrease in ET/CO2 values. So here you can see this value is around 37, this value is around 30, this value is around 25. So there was decrease in the subsequent decrease in the ET/CO2 values, but the alpha angle, beta angle, everything is raised in the same. So decrease in CO2 productions, like in hypothermia, hypothyroidism, any other causes of decrease in metabolic rate like general anesthesia. Increase in CO2 elimination like hyperventilation, we have already discussed this slide. Due to decrease in the delivery of CO2 like pulmonary embolism, pulmonary edema or different cardiac shunts, and due to technical failure. So these are the causes of decrease in CO2 values. Rebreathing. Here rebreathing you can see this beta angle is going on increasing. Again same thing. Now we start it from phase 1 is 0, but here phase 1 is not 0. That means some of the CO2 is patient is taking inspired. Again here this phase 1 is again increasing. So the second inspired gases, it contains more amount of CO2. So here this phase 1 is going on increasing. So phase 1 is supposed to be very 0 because we are not expiring or we are not inspiring CO2. But when this phase 1 is increasing day by day or graph by graph, that means the some amount of CO2 is inspired. Fi CO2, inspired CO2, it should be 0. It should be 0. But when this Fi CO2 is around 5 or 10, that means the person is taking CO2. So it is rebreathing. No? So the possible causes are faulty expiratory valve. The expiratory valve may be malfunctioning, inadequate inspiratory flow. When we there will be a term known as low flow anesthesia. We will discuss low flow anesthesia. In the low flow anesthesia, the CO2 is not completely eliminated from the circuit. In the next breath, the patient takes the CO2. That is, there is the inspired function of CO2 in the inspiration gases. At that time, we get this rebreathing. So rebreathing is a term in which you just mark the graph here. The inspiratory limb or the phase 1 is not touching the baseline. When the phase 1 is not touching the baseline, that means the some amount of CO2 is absorbed in the body or the patient is taking the CO2, that is rebreathing only. Malfunctioning of the CO2 absorber system. CO2 absorber system we will discuss soda lime. So the practical aspect of the OSCE is that they will put this graph on the OSCE paper. They will ask the question like the question. Name the patent. So it is rebreathing. If you write the cause, suppose the second cause is malfunction of the CO2 absorber system. So here the soda lime, the question for soda lime is causes. Name the causes of the malfunctioning of the CO2 absorber systems, or name the causes in which the soda lime is exhausted. Third question, name the composition of soda lime. In this way they will go on putting questions. Okay, so you have to answer all this in OSCEs. Obstructions. Again we see here the increase in the slope, increase in the alpha angles. So when you get this graph increase in the slope, at that time there is obstruction in the patents. Partial leaking of occluded airway, presence of foreign body in the airway, obstruction in the respiratory limb of the breathing circuit, or bronchospasm. Mostly in the cases of bronchospasm we get this type of graphs. See, this is a typical patent, mostly come in OSCE. So here sawtooth appearance, this is bronchospasm. Simply take an exam, bronchospasm. No distinct alpha angle is no distinct. Dead space has not feeling emptied by the time the next inspiration comes along. So here the expression if not finished yet, it not touches the slope, another inspiration started. So here it is a case of bronchospasm. Here there is partial emptying of the lungs.